Welcome to the Whiskey Vault.
I'm Rex.
I'm Daniel.
He's a level 3 whiskey sommelier.
He's a master level mooch.
And today it's all about Redbreast 12.
Irish. Okay, we're drinking Redbreast Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
For a couple reasons.
I have noticed this requested several times.
Yeah, it's just been requested a lot. I mean, dating back to like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Where the first time people were like, what about
The
Redbreast?
channel's only 9 months old.
Yeah.
and we haven't done this, that's surprising.
We haven't, I know. Part of it was I ran out of it, and I kept forgetting to buy more. So, totally missed that.
That's why I'm in charge of throwing.
The throwing of the things?
Yes.
Okay, so, this is sort of, I don't know, I mean, this is an opinion we're about to go into here, but I think if you wanted to pick one whiskey that was most representative of original original Irish whiskey in the sense of when it became famous, this Redbreast would be a perfect. This is a classic Irish whiskey.
This is what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to imagine for me, as you smell this, American biscuits.
You have to clarify American biscuits now.
No, I really don't.
With honey and butter.
With a little honey and butter, as you smell.
No, I get that. It's the honey that sets it over the top.
Or the biscuit.
But I'll tell you, in the taste is when I get shortbread cookie. What did I just say? Did you hear what I just said? I said shortbread cookie. That was for you.
Are you still here?
That was me trying to meet you halfway.
Oh, there's no such thing as a shortbread cookie.
Wait, you're mixing up your terms already.
What?
I didn't say biscuit.
I know. There's no such thing as a shortbread cookie.
Yes, there is.
It's this imaginary thing that people who are conspiring against the biscuity truth trot out.
It's a shortbread biscuit. You can buy them by the tin every single Christmas.
You're obfuscating the truth. You know how that's a factual statement? Because I use the word obfuscate.
Obfuscate.
Because it's a big word.
Okay, so when you're looking for whatever you want to call that sort of buttery round note, it's going to show up in every Irish whiskey that's classically created. Why is that? Because single pot still, which by the way is an Irish legal definition, you can't have...
Oh, so good.
It's so good.
Wow.
You can't be a single pot still Irish whiskey without being made in Ireland. Mm-hmm. You can't do a Scottish single pot still whiskey.
Yeah.
So that's an Irish term. Now, what it means is traditionally it's a grain mash made up of unmalted barley as well as malted barley, sometimes half and half even.
It's a cinnamon butter, man.
That's something the Irish did to evade taxes from the British.
Cinnamon butter.
Who taxed malted barley.
That really is, this may be one of my favorite Irish whiskeys.
Oh, it's a classic. Anyone who's like, oh, my default's Redbreast 12, hells yes.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the great thing about it is you can often find this at bars that don't even have an extensive whiskey selection. It's a pretty classic Irish whiskey.
Damn it.
I know. Now, this is made at Middleton.
So, before we move on with your history lessons and all that.
Oh, you're going to love...
Fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Irish is, we talked about this several episodes ago. It's one of those things where you pretty much know what you're in for.
Grapes. Yeah.
But this actually has a lot more. It is definitely classically Irish.
Yep.
But it also has some vibrant flavors in there.
You know why I think? Because they're also doing a lot of sherry barrel finishing. Right? So it's aged in Oloroso sherry casks. And so you get the classic Irish with the sherry dried fruit and grapey, plummy kind of notes.
I like the first 4/5 of this whiskey better than the finish. I don't really like the finish that much, but the nose and the taste.
I'm not really discerning a finish right now.
Yeah. I'm left with just the tiniest bit of
maybe bitter.
Yeah, tiniest bit of. But
I would think that's where the wood shows up. If you know what I mean.
It's faint.
No, I think that's the charred barrel showing up as a lingering remaining oil flavor.
Here's what we need to do. Tell your history lesson.
Okay, so Gilbey's in Dublin used to make Redbreast. They were using distillate from Jameson. So Gilbey's would get whiskey from Jameson and then they'd age it themselves.
Yeah.
Right? And mix it themselves. In the 80s, they got purchased by IDL, which is Irish Distillers Limited, which bought up and everything. Who produces Jameson and produces Tullamore and, or did, and produces like 15 different brands that you would know of. At one point, IDL owned all Irish whiskey. Effectively. But they've stuck with this one. So back when the era where Irish whiskey started going, okay, fine, we'll have blends, right? We'll have blended grain, or a neutral grain, or a grain spirit. Yeah, not neutral grain, but a grain spirit mixed in with our malt, which is a big thing. We'll use column stills, not just pot stills. Redbreast was one they just kept consistent over time. This was always made the traditional way. This is a true history of Irish whiskey, so kind of whiskey.
You know what this is reminding me of? This reminds me of a more complex Jameson.
Yeah, well, because Jameson is also, I think they're doing pot still on Jameson too.
Stephen Hill. I bought some whiskey from Wales, part of the UK. Thank you, Stephen. I know that.
You remember he's got Welsh family history.
No, I'm very learned.
Oh, no. Okay, smell these back to back. They're not even close to the same whiskey. Maybe in the taste.
Yeah, the smell is different.
Yeah, that Jameson is cleaner. Cleaning fluid. It's a little harsh in the nose. Comparatively. And I love Jameson.
Comparatively.
Oh, but it's all apples, green apples and brightness, and whereas this one is darker and more smooth and buttery. This one's all spice and bright and flashy.
I have to give it to Redbreast. Because I'm so excited about this Irish. I think it can go toe to toe with my current favorite, Green Spot.
No, Green Spot will take it all day long.
I think this can hold its own, if not be better than Green Spot.
You're just doing that because you want to drink some Green Spot.
This is an amazing whiskey. If you don't pull out Green Spot, you are not appreciating.
Okay, so here's what I've learned about mooching.
How good this
mooching. The reason I'm doing it so willingly now is because it occurred to me, wait, every time I give Rex more,
you get some too.
I get some too. And all of a sudden, it's a lot easier for me to cave under pressure.
Right. Just don't think about how much it costs you.
Yeah. Oh, wait, the Green Spot's downstairs because we're using it for class next week.
I will read very slowly.
No, I'm not going to go get it. Oh, we could do Yellow Spot.
Did I say Yellow Spot?
I just don't want to go all the way downstairs and get Green Spot. I'm tired. You can go get Green Spot.
Can I?
Mooch.
I'm going to get Green Spot and like 3 other things. If I go. I'm coming up with an arm
blade. All right, how slow can you read?
I tried 3. There's editing, it's a thing.
Wait for it.
You know, I'm going to answer these questions because I'm an expert.
Oh.
I tried 3 expressions. This is still Stephen Hill in Wales. 3 expressions and was going to post that I don't like any of them. I decided to try a whiskey I do like as a comparison. I didn't like that either. I think my taste buds are having an off day. Daniel has alluded to this in previous videos. I will try again tomorrow. I hope it is just an off day. I have 3 20-centiliter bottles of Welsh whiskey to drink, and at the moment, they taste horrible. Stephen Hill, here's the correct answer that Daniel won't give you. You are not cut out for whiskey. The thing is, you've broken your palate. So you're obligated to send us that whiskey. And we will test it out. We will make sure that, you know, there's nothing wrong with the whiskey. But it sounds like you're broken. Oh, you're back.
Jeez, what are you doing to the viewers,
I'm giving sage advice.
Jeez.
I'm giving sage advice.
All I heard was, Stephen, you're broken. Stephen, now you have to see what I have to put up with.
This is what happens if you're not in the show.
Yeah.
I just tell people how horribly they're broken.
So, Stephen, I've had the same experience with whiskey just being flat and boring, and I remember I liked it before, and I couldn't figure out what had happened, and usually it has to do with mood. I'm just in a bad mood and nothing tastes good, or it's what I ate before, or there's any number of things. So don't just walk away from it yet. Give it a shot. Now, here's the thing. You're gonna want. I got a small little announcement I didn't tell you about in the spring on you.
Okay.
We have a laser engraving machine, and I tried out something. Last week. And I forgot to talk about it. So you guys are always saying, "Hey, give us some merch. We need some merch. We want to buy something from you guys." Well, with the school, we can only sell things around the whiskey marketing school, and when we have to charge tax on, we can do that. Actually, we can sell merch. What do you think?
Holy shit, dude!
These are Glencairn glasses.
How many have you done?
2. These 2.
All right. Have it say Whiskey Vault.
On the other side?
Yes. There you go.
So if you guys think that's cool and you would buy some Glencairns from us, let me know what you would pay for it.
No.
Yeah.
It's going to be a $100 glass.
Said the mooch. All right. I'm going to use one of those for my own Green Spot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, the reason I think Green Spot will kick it, well, for me is better, is because Green Spot has this little magical note of coconut that I found really remarkable.
So Green Spot smells brighter and lighter. The Redbreast smells more buttery.
That's the Oloroso Sherry would be my guess.
That's also really nice.
I'm just saying. I don't know that you could compare these side by side. They're not trying to compete for the same space.
Which brings me to a point of respect for Irish whiskey even right now. Because I know the future...
Yeah, it's like saying who's better, the Beatles or Led Zeppelin?
The future of Irish whiskey looks very bright because they're really experimenting. They're going to be doing a lot more interesting things.
All kinds of cool
but
stories
even right now, even if you think, yeah, I know what Irish is. Irish is an Irish. Within that spectrum, there's some really good variations going on.
I keep coming back to that coconut and Green Spot. I love it.
To be fair, this is not as wide of a difference at all, even close to a Scotch with an Islay and a Space Ice.
No,
it's smoky and sweet.
It's a narrower bandwidth.
It's much narrower, but it's definitely.
But you could tell you were drinking 2 different whiskeys.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and with a little coaching, you could spot which one was which with
both of these.
In your first, just on smell alone.
Both of these are exceptional. You said you got coconut.
Yeah, salt water and coconut.
Eat bars. The first time I tasted Ardbeg was after a couple of bottles of wine in Spain. My dad is a big whiskey fan, and he gave me a glass of Ardbeg.
Whoops.
My thought was, I like whiskey, but this was next level. I felt like I was breathing in a bonfire, and the taste was so powerful. I finished the drink and went to bed. The next morning, my mouth tasted like I had ate an entire bonfire. Moral of the story, Ardbeg is not an entry-level whiskey.
Yeah, not for you.
I like it now, but this was way back when I had just started drinking whiskey. So for most people...
Oh, it'll stick with you.
For most people, that's absolutely...
Yeah, Ardbeg will linger.
Yeah.
And I love it, but then again, I smoke cigars every day, and so I'm used to waking up with a mouth that tastes like someone in it while I was sleeping.
Man, both of these are just... You know what? They're damn it whiskeys. You drink...
Damn it. Why did that have to be so good?
Damn it, that's good.
Now I'm drunk.
John Geiger. Basil, as in Basil Hayden.
As in Basil Hayden.
Was my first whiskey to drink on the rocks. Showed up to a weekend retreat and they had several whiskey options.
That's a good whiskey on the rocks.
No mixers. I had left that weekend with a new appreciation for whiskey and have been on the hunt ever since. That Monday, I discovered this channel.
Yes.
Welcome.
We're glad you're here, my friend.
Yes,
and Basil Hayden on the rocks. That's a great way to start bourbon or whiskey in general.
Yeah.
So well done, whoever's idea it was to bring Basil Hayden to the hunting trip or camping trip or whatever it was.
That's how you f***ing do it.
What you can't see off camera is Rex just tossed it without looking and completely missed.
No. It was a lot of paper that big, and the container is that big.
Yeah, it somehow, like Mary Poppins style, just shrunk down into the container. All right, here's to fighting, stealing, and drinking.
You fight, may you fight for a friend.
If you steal, may you steal a lover's heart.
If you drink, may you drink with us. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us in the Whiskey Vault. Don't forget to throw in a like, hit that subscribe button on the bottom right, and drop a question or comment down below.